And we welcome you today on this 12th day of September in the year 2023. It is a warm and sunny Tuesday afternoon. Beach District field hockey action coming your way here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and streaming online with all of our friends at beachsportsplex.com. I am Matthew Hatfield. We've got a good one today as the Kellam Knights, who come in looking for their first win of the season off a Region 6A runner-up finish in Class 6 a season ago. Got a couple of All-State performers back from last season's team. Taking on the Kempsville Chiefs, who are 1-0 under Coach Amber Jones. Nicole Morgan's Knights lost a few tough ones to Cary Christian 3-2. First Colonial 2-0 in Western Branch 3-0. Meanwhile, the Chiefs prevailing 8-0 in a shutout over Green Run last week. Most of the games in the Beach District last Wednesday were either canceled or postponed due to the excessive heat and the temperatures, along with the heat index reading in the upper 90s, even into triple digits. Well, today it's another warm one here on the pitch at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, where we have our broadcast for you, brought to you by Vault Athletics and Fitness. Go check them out online, Vault Athletics and Fitness, helping make this possible for us today. And again, their website, you can find it at vaultathleticsandfitness.com. We'll tell you more about them as we roll along here, as well as other sponsors making this possible. But currently, right now, the temperature is reading 87 degrees with a heat index of 93, so they are able to play, keeping it under that 95 temperature reading in triple digits for the heat index. And we'll go through the lineups for both of these teams here momentarily. Kempsville's wearing the blue jerseys with the white numerals with some red trim. Kellam with the white jerseys and the gold numerals with the black shorts. And early on here, we're going to watch it skip out of play. Let's go through the rosters while we have a chance here for you. Beginning first with the Kempsville Chiefs in numerical orders. Number 1, Zoe Hernandez. Number 4, Natalie Cornstable. 5 is Kendall Lovett. 6, Hannah Williams. 7, Brooke Rediger. 8, Kira Pisamas. Number 9 is Cameron Butler. 10, Grace Homer. 11, Gabby McGinty. 12, Kendra Mannon. 13, Josie Scott. 14, Carly Edwards. 16, Aaron Sutton. 17, Morgan Fentner. 18, Maddie Acosta. 19, Alyssa Arajo. 20, Claire Scully. 25, Sarah Joy Sanzone. And number 99, Olivia Wintrode. And again, the Chiefs are under the direction of one Amber Jones. And we'll tell you about Nicole Morgan's Knights of Kellam, their roster makeup here in numerical order in just a second. But we have our first penalty corner with the Chiefs rolling from left to right, and putting that into play is going to be Zoe Hernandez here in just a second. So we'll tell you about the Knights momentarily. Nice little dump off. Looks like Kellam's able to scoot it away, and then it's going to be booted. Nice job in goal keep for Kellam's number 99, and that is Jamie Loy, the goalkeeper for them today. Looked like the first look at it was from Grace Homer, number 10. So keeping it in that attacking third of the Chiefs, trying to get the game's first goal as we're about to tick under the 13-minute mark of our first period. In the right wing there, looks like the Chiefs had a good look with Gabby McGinty, but here comes Kellam back the other direction, approaching midfield. And the Knights are on the move here. Going to be put through the cage. Give it to number 11 for the Kellam Knights with the first goal of this game. That is Ellis Cannon. So Ellis Cannon getting the first goal for Kellam with 12:27 to go in our first period. And she's able to strike first. One of a host of juniors on this Kellam roster. In fact, 7 total for Kellam. And number 11 in the 11th grade, getting Kellam on the board here first, 1-0. So that's the third goal of the season for the Knights, who had just 2 goals coming in their previous 3, getting shut out by FC and Western Branch, but did have a really strong performance from junior Noah Netterveld in that loss to Cary Christian. to open the season. And they do have a couple of all-state performers. Lily Turner, number four, a forward midfielder who's a senior, was first-team all-state a season ago as a junior. And then we'll tell you about the second-team all-state performer from last year that's also back. But Kempsville able to stop that transition opportunity for the Knights, as they had something brewing with the combination, it looked like, of Elizabeth Holmes, number 12, and Caitlin Hayden, number 8. But the second-team all-state performer for them back is none other than Carly Porter. She wears 18, a real key defender who made got all-state honors as a freshman. They have 3 ninth graders on the roster. We'll highlight here in just a second as we go through Kellam's unit, as Kempsville's working the near sideline, but it's going to be taken away there. Chiefs had possession just for only a brief moment, but back comes Kellam, looking to quickly strike here. And that was another good look there from number 11, Ellis Cannon, but the Chiefs able to deny. Good work in goalkeep, going to that left post side for the Kempsville goalkeeper. Now the Chiefs trying to turn field position behind number 17. That's Morgan Fentner. So while we think we have a moment to give you, let's go through the Kellam roster. It's a sophomore, a forward midfielder wearing number 1, Arden Mariano. Number 2 is Lucy Wilholm, a freshman midfielder. Number 3, Gracie Cooper Skolnick, a junior defender. Number 4 is Lily Turner, as we just mentioned, all-state first team back from a season ago. Number 6, Samantha Needhold, a junior forward. Number 7, Melina Magnano. Remember that name for the senior who had 20 goals and 7 assists 2 seasons ago as a sophomore. Had an injury last year, but Magnano, another key playmaker for the Knights of Kellam. Number 8, Caitlin Hayden, a junior defender. Number 10, Noah Netterveld, junior defender and midfielder. Number 11 is Ellis Cannon, who had the game's first goal just a little more than 2 minutes ago. Number 12 is Elizabeth Holmes, a senior midfielder. 13, Maisie Boyce, senior midfielder and forward. 14, Layla Zani, junior midfielder and defenseman. Number 15, Piper Shakitka, a freshman midfielder. 16 is another freshman and a forward by the name of Lane Austin, as Kempsville tries to tightrope the baseline with its number 7 and Brooke Rediker. So the 2 freshmen in Shakitka and Austin wearing 15 and 16 respectively. Carly Porter is number 18, a sophomore defender who was second-team All-State a season ago. Number 20, Lillian Engstadt, a forward who is a sophomore. 22, Emmy Pisterman, a senior midfielder. 27, Elena Volchis, sophomore midfielder. And then rounding out the roster, you have Kylie Hayden, a sophomore goalkeeper who's wearing 40 and out there right now. In goal is junior Jamie Loy, wearing number 99 for Coach Nicole Morgan's Knights of Kellam High, who certainly have high expectations here this season in Class 6 Region A. And we'll tell you about the teams competing in Region A for both Class 6, where Kellam is, and Class 5, where Kempsville is, in a second. But on the breakaway, the Knights getting it done once again. Number 11, Ellis Cannon, able to come through at the 8:47 mark of our opening frame. And Ellis Cannon now just a goal away from the hat trick, as Kellam goes up 2-0 on Kempsville, which pitched that 8-0 shutout of Green Run last week. We hope you're staying hydrated out there. All these athletes needing to stay hydrated with water and certainly any type of liquid, and helping us all stay hydrated and the competitors out here is Gatorade. Quench your thirst with Gatorade. Thank them for their support of local high school sports here in Hampton Roads. From the far side now, Kempsville trying to create a scoring chance, but they're pretty much bottled up along that sideline. Cameron Butler putting it in. Kellam Knights able to get it right back. Oh, it's tricky for some of you out there to tell these numbers with that sun glare and the gold yellowish. And swerving her way right through to get a great look at it was number 7 for Kellam. That is Melina Magnano. We talked about her earlier, what a talent she is. And for those unaware, going back to Magnano here for a brief moment, 20 goals, 7 assists as a sophomore. She actually was selected for the U.S. under-18 training camp as a junior last year. Had the knee injury, missed most of the season, but I could say with a lot of confidence and certainty going to be one of the best in the Beach District and have a chance for all region, all state accolades. With her and Ellis Cannon, this Knights team could certainly pick up a lot of steam as they move into the teeth of their district schedule here, getting that out-of-district test from Western Branch as well as from Cary Christian. And here's the first penalty corner of the opening frame for the Kellam Knights, as Kempsville had the first one earlier in this quarter. Now Kellam will get a chance to add to its lead now, as this will be put into play by number 6 for them. That is Samantha Needhold. Dumped out to the right wing side. Little maneuver there from Magnano. Keeps possession. It's going to be a little wide of the net, but did a good little almost spinorama type of move there from the right side. As that one goes towards the black sign and the Freddy's sign. And speaking of Freddy's, experience delicious cook-to-order food as well as rich and creamy frozen custard that is churned throughout the day when you stop in at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. It's located in Virginia Beach, as well as Chesapeake, Hampton, and Williamsburg. Freddy's, the taste that brings you back. Download that app as well, and you can find more out about Freddy's by logging on to Freddy's, FREDDYS.com. As we're approaching 5 minutes to go in this first quarter from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Another toasty day here in mid-September. Eight days after Labor Day. Battle for it. It's going to be won by Kellam, as they're now looking to get back into Kempsville territory, and they do with relative ease on that sequence. Magnano's got it. Looking to find a teammate up ahead, and she does. It's Cannon thinking about a hat trick in the first quarter. It's going to be just on the right side of the post there, trying to cut it inside. She's pretty vocal there. You like the energy and spunk she's playing with here to begin this matchup. Really competing hard. And Ellis Cannon, part of the U18 Nexus Championship Team Milan, was a USA FH NCC All-Star U16 and U19 participant. All-region first team in 2022. Last year got to compete in the Junior Olympic Games in, I believe it was Greensboro, North Carolina, or Wake Forest, and it was in the late July, early August of 2022. So she's gotten a lot of year-round work competing in field hockey, as we've hit under 3 minutes to go in this first frame. Our score, actually, we'll work on the score bug for you folks. I know it says on your screen, Kempsville 2, Kellam nothing, but we will actually try to get that taken care of for you here momentarily. corrected for you all out there. And that one's going to be wide of the net. So once again, Kempsville goalkeeper who tried to get out of the cage there and contest that, Olivia Wintrode, able to avoid that for the time being. And it looks like the Knights get on the board yet again. Third goal of our frame with 1:55 in the first quarter. Kellam 3, Kempsville nada. We see some substitutions for the Knights coming into the game.
Melena, who passed you that ball? Do you remember? Who passed you that ball?
Oh, you want to Macy's stick.
Maisie?
Off.
Yes. Good stuff, Ellis. Attack the right now. Attack the right. Attack the right.
So Kellam now
That's the right ball. Put on it. Be ready.
with a 3-goal lead here in this first period, and rather comfortable with the advantage that they have established here. We'll work on getting you who had that goal for the Knights in just a moment. Believe it was Magnano, number 7, but we'll double check that that was Melina who had that goal at the 1:55 mark. As we have under a minute to go. So the Knights going to get themselves another penalty corner here as the time is ticking down in our first quarter. 2 goals scored by Ellis Cannon and 1 from Melina Magnano, as they have been pretty sharp thus far. They get it into play to Cannon. She tries to go with the high arcer. And they're going to give it to her. Magnano gets it. So 4-0 is the count, it looks like, for the Kellam Knights. Hat trick for, for Cannon. Her third, so they have been on point here. We'll fix that score bug as we get ready for the second quarter, and we'll take a quick timeout. Kellam with a trio of goals from Ellis Cannon and also 1 from Melina Magnano, as the junior Cannon and the senior Magnano leading their attack. We'll come back with the second quarter action in just a bit, but let's hear from our title sponsor for today. That's Vault Athletics and Fitness.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
And we're back here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, where the Kellam Knights have a 4-0 lead before we start our second quarter against the Kempsville Chiefs. And we will get you set here for the second quarter and tell you what the schedules look like for these two teams beyond today here in just a moment as well. Again, make sure you subscribe to our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel, where we have not just live game streaming such as this with field hockey, but all kinds of sports, soccer, football, lacrosse, field hockey. And in addition to that, you can watch them archived and check out our podcast, our weekly field hockey podcast on the Hash with Hatfield football podcast, and then our 757 Saturday Sports Talk program with yours truly, Matt Hatfield, and Coach Ed Young, where we give you Hatfield Young at the Plex, talking all things local sports and beyond. So make sure you check that out when you subscribe to our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel, and give us a follow, a share, a subscribe, a like, and beachsportsplex.com on the web as well. If you're just joining us now, Kellam is wearing the white unis with the gold numerals, black shorts. Kempsville's got the blue jerseys, with the white numerals, as they get it underway here in the second quarter with number 14 and Carly Edwards first hitting the ball for them. And now 15 seconds in, we'll watch from the sideline here. The Kellam Knights try to bottle them up, and another great job there. That's Ellis Cannon just jumping right through. Cannon with a great first quarter, as she had 3 of those goals and 1 from Magnano. And we're all set, so big thanks to Nick Senti as he got the scorebug fixed for us. Is now showing correctly Kellam 4, Kempsville 0 here, as we bring you the action on this warm 80-plus degree day from the training center. Kempsville now on the move with number 13, that is Josie Scott. And they're around midfield. They're going to nudge forward into Kellam territory behind Gabby McGinty.
Good recovery, Maisie. Hey, if there's nobody there, there's no need to drop that deep. Pick up the next best man, all right? Josie, that is not defending.
And Kellam's going to have that one along the sideline as it trickles out for a brief moment. Now Kempsville with a chance to restart. Kempsville now trying to move forward. Knights rather satisfied with the start, you would suspect here, as the Kempsville defense is going to need some plays to ignite them. And that's a good intercept there from number 9. On the move, Cameron Butler once again. But Kellam quick back in pursuit. You see multiple defenders coming at them for the double team. And that time it gets awarded back to the Knights as Kendra Mahan had a chance to make something happen for the Chiefs. But once again, Kellam is really locked in here after the 0-3 start, wanting to get that first win today. It hops out to number 8 in Caitlin Hayden. And along the near sideline, the Knights now with Caitlin Hayden. Dishing it over to a teammate in the corner area, working the baseline. And it gets booted away by the Kempsville goalkeeper, Olivia Wintrode. And you see on our screen there, Kempsville coach Amber Jones, who's searching for some answers for her squad to try to dig back in this one. The Chiefs well positioned there in the center circle area, able to boot it away with Claire Scully. Knights keeping a lot of possession time on this end of the field where it's getting near the Kempsville cage, and that is a concerning view if you are pulling for the Chiefs. And Kellam has shown a variety of ways to score here in this first half. Airborne with that one that basically like a chip that Cannon had earlier in the half. It's going to take a hop out to Kellam's Caitlin Hayden. Battle for it. The Chiefs aren't backing down defensive, but can they get some possession time in Kellam territory as we watch some substitutions now running onto the pitch? Number 6 for Kellam and Samantha Needhold. And that one's going to roll out. With 9.5 minutes to go in our second period. I want to thank our entire team from Chuck Thornton and Nick Senti to Carter Davis on camera. Matt Hatfield here with you as we bring you this Beach District Field Hockey matchup from the training center. You got yourselves a good view and a nice seat for this one. Kellam leading Kempsville 4-0 as we tip near 9 minutes to go in the first half. We'll bring up that schedule here coming up for these two teams, and I'll tell you what's on deck for them. After today, Kellam has a district game a week from today against Green Run. And then to close out September, they have 3 more games at Great Bridge, who makes the move up after a trio of Class 4 state championships to Class 5 this year. They host Ocean Lakes on the 26th of September, that Great Bridge game on September 22nd. And they're at Princess Anne September 28th. Do have a couple other out-of-district games as we watch some action near the cage there as they get into the shooter circle area, and I believe a penalty corner is going to be awarded as we watched number 13 for Kellam hit the turf hard and Maisie Boyce, but she's able to pop back up, but she's going to feel that almost like a rug burn on her knees and legs there, probably for a day or two. As this is actually not going to be a penalty corner. I think it's going to be a penalty stroke was the official ruling, as we'll watch number 22 race on here, and Emmy Pisterman, I think, with the stroke here. So here's our first penalty stroke of the game. As Pisterman is going to get a one-on-one shot here with the goalkeeper with 8:24 to go in our second period. The turquoise-looking, sky bluish socks. She's ready to rock and roll here. Pisterman on the whistle, shoots it. A nice job with the stick in the right hand there for Kempsville's goalkeeper to deny Pisterman on the penalty stroke. Olivia Wintrode getting the job done to minimize the damage for now, as it's a 4-0 game, and Kempsville is still alive in this one with a chance to make things interesting if we're able to get a goal here before the half. We have seen some 3-goal deficits made up before in Beach District field hockey action. 4 and more is hard to really overcome, but I'm sure Nicole Morgan likes what she's seeing from her team here this afternoon as Kellam leads it. Can the Chiefs get a rally started with that stop, as once again the Kellam defense able to deny, and they're threatening once again couldn't quite tell with that glare who had that intercept. It looked like it might have been Maisie Boyce again, wearing 13. But a lot of players have stepped up, from Ellis Cannon to Boyce, Magnano, among others, throughout this half of play. I've not really seen, but I think maybe one shot on goal come Jamie Loy's way, the Kellam goalkeeper, as Kempsville's had very few opportunities thus far. Going to go airborne, as that one's going to squirt away from Elizabeth Holmes. And give Kempsville a chance to have a look in the attacking third area of Kellam, with a little over 7 minutes to go in our first half. And Chiefs going to retrieve that ball behind the netting. Kellam able to regain possession. And we'll restart it here with Noah Netterveld, the junior. Kempsville's looking for someone to give them a spark, a lift of any sorts here offensively. Carly Edwards, Kylie Ward, Cameron Butler each had 2 goals against Green Run. We've not really called out much of those names, specifically Edwards and Ward. We have called out Butler a couple of different times. Brooke Rediger and Sarah Joy Sanzone had a goal as well in that 8-0 shutout of the Stallions. So they had 5 different players score. Those are some candidates to get on the board here, as the Chiefs will get their second penalty corner of the half, it looks like, and we'll watch number 1 for them, Zoe Hernandez. Insert this one into play. And it was deflected, but a rebound, as I think that was initially shot by number 17, Morgan Fentner. Got it off the carom and does not find the back of the net. So where we stand, it remains 4-0 in favor of Kellam, as we watch running back onto the field Carly Porter, the sophomore, second-team All-State pick from a year ago. And working the near sideline, the Knights will try to get it towards the center area as they work it into Kempsville territory. It hops away from the Chiefs, and number 6 comes up with it for Kellam, and Samantha Needhold. Chiefs with number 16 now able to make the stop, and that is Aaron Sutton. It's a name we've called out before and has been very influential to some success they've had previously. I want to tell you about another one of our sponsors here at the Plex and the Training Center, and that is CHKD Sports Medicine. A big thank you to them, whether your child competes as part of a football, soccer, field hockey team, you name it, likes to ride a bike on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine program. They're dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric as well as college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine. A couple of the jets are flying over top of us. Just a few miles away from Oceana. Get under 4 minutes to go in this first half. One that has been filled with scoring if you're a Kellam Knights fan. Off the rebound, ricochet, it was number 6 again for Kellam, Samantha Needhold. Drawing a penalty corner here with 3:25 and counting to go in our first half. So this is the third one for Kellam. real deep with Magnano, as well as, if his parent moves out of my view, I can tell you who the other player was. It might have been number 14, Layla Zani.
I don't know what our corners are at all.
We love all the moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and friends and cousins that come out and support these young ladies as they're competing. I know so many of them are glad that we're out of the COVID era where we had the condensed seasons a few years ago, and it was very touch and go, tricky to navigate all that we had with sports here locally and beyond. There's Magnano with a dump out to one of her teammates along the wing area. Trying to get it back as Pisterman's out there, I think. Oh, check that. That's not actually Pisterman. That is Carly Porter. As they're trying to work on some short passes to get a real good swipe at it. And as they do that, they'll get their second penalty corner of the period, fourth of the half. They had that penalty stroke with Pisterman about 4 or 5 minutes ago. So here the Knights put it into play. Magnano's got it. Gets it over to Porter, it looked like. Beg your pardon, that was number 11, Ellis Cannon, she gave it to. On the short feed to the right side, and Kempsville designed in the right spots there to keep them from making it a 5-0 game. See if the Chiefs can find someone open up ahead. Number 7's in your camera view there, and Brooke Rediger. Problem is she's on the other side of where the ball is, and there's 3 or 4 white shirts for Kellam, and one's able to rip it away there. Looked like that might have been Layla Zani. Scooting away from Kempsville's Gabby McGinty. The Knights, until the Chiefs have a chance here, they've got numbers working in their favor, but they can't get it past that defender who was right there at midfield waiting, sitting like a free safety in football on the back end. In the secondary, that's number 10, Noah Netterveld. See why Noah was chosen Kellam's player of the game in that loss to Kerry Christian to start the season. He's been a stopper in the middle. And 0-0's on the clock. We have reached halftime. What a quick moving first half that was, as Kellam leads Kempsville 4-0. And we're going to hear from some of our sponsors, which includes the likes of Gatorade, AstroTurf, Vault Athletics and Fitness, Zoop Eatery, John's Tax Service, CHKD Sports Medicine, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, Shine Time Power Wash, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Dairy Queen, and One Life Fitness. In fact, we'll start with One Life, One Inspire Life. It's One Life Fitness.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
They train athletes at Vault Athletics and Fitness, the sponsor of today's matchup between the Kellam Knights and the Kempsville Chiefs here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach on this Tuesday in September, the 12th day of September, the year 2023. We are glad you are with us. Matt Hatfield here as the Knights got all four of their goals in the first half during that first period. A hat trick from Ellis Cannon, the junior, wearing number 11, and the senior Melina Magnano, wearing number 7, got a goal as well. Trying to hand Kempsville its first loss of the season as the Chiefs, with 5 seniors and 3 freshmen on their roster, came in at 1-0 overall on the campaign, an 8-0 shutout of Green Run. Meanwhile, the Knights dropped its first 3 games by counts of 3-2 to Cary Christian, 3-0 to Western Branch, and 2-0 to First Colonial. And again, Vault Athletics and Fitness helping make this broadcast possible today. It is Hampton Roads' newest 13,000 square foot facility located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach, where they specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Vault Athletics and Fitness. All right, we are just underway now in our third period. About a little more than 20 seconds gone by. And some upcoming matchups for these teams. Kempsville will be playing in 2 days at Salem High in Virginia Beach, hosting Ocean Lakes next Tuesday. At Princess Anne on the 21st, hosting Tallwood on the 26th, and hosting Bayside on the 28th. They do have a couple of out-of-district games remaining, and we'll tell you about those here in just a second as we see our camera pan to the right side now as the Knights are working from left to right in those white unis with the gold numerals. And that one going behind the cage with number 7 with a lot of stick power, Melina Magnano. Kempsville's out-of-district games remaining. They have Kickingham on October 4th, Washington Liberty from the Arlington area October 7th, They also play host to Grassfield October 9th, Deep Creek October 19th, Oscar Smith October 20th, and at Minchville October 23rd. As you watch a battle there between number 7 for the Chiefs, and I can't tell who that is for Kellam. I thought that was, well, we'll see here in a second as I get a better view. That is number 3, okay, that's what I was thinking. Gracie Cooper Skolnick for the Knights, and Brooke Rediger for Kempsville. It's a good little one-on-one matchup to watch as we move along when those two get against one another. But not always the case is it a one-on-one battle like you'll see oftentimes in, say, basketball, football, where you have two players covering each other frequently throughout the game. There's another game going on behind this one, as you may be watching on our stream. You can see it's taking place here at the training center. And for those of you wondering about that matchup, that is Lansdowne facing Princess Anne. If we get a score on that game, we'll pass it along to you before we sign off here today at the training center. We might send our correspondent on the scene as Kellam gets possession back with Caitlin Hayden, Slim Jim Timmons, to go find out what that Lansdowne PA score is before we bid adieu here towards the end of our second half. As the Knights have it with Elena Volchis, sophomore midfielder, who makes a nifty maneuver to get by Kempsville's Claire Scully. There are two defenders still sticking with her, and she's going to hit it sort of against the grain, rolling away from it. Chiefs get it on the rebound with Morgan Fentner, and Fentner's trying to go to the near sideline. Can she get it to Brooke Rediger? The Knights have other ideas with Noah Netterveld defending well. Now Kellam has it, able to turn it back in as Magnano has her back turned to the defender, now facing up. Tries to get it by number 16 for the Chiefs, and as she does with that swipe, Aaron Sutton covering her, it's going to result in our first penalty corner of the half, with a little under 11 and a half minutes to go in the third period. So Kellam will watch number 10, I believe, trot out there, Noah Netterveld. As Kellam had 4 penalty corners and a penalty stroke, didn't score off any of those, but they got 4 goals outside of that as Cannon and Magnano showed their prowess throughout that first half. All right, laying the stick down for Magnano was number 18 and Carly Porter, but in goal, Kempsville doing a good job to save that one. But that was Olivia Wintrode. But Kellam now keeping possession deep in Kempsville territory for much of this third period. Knights now have it with Carly Porter. And here's Kellam on the attack. Transition. Oh, no, excuse me, they're going to keep it on this side. I was thinking they were going from right to left again. Did just realize they changed sides a few minutes ago. Noah Netterveld working the near sideline in front of Coach Nicole Morgan and her bench. Scoot away from Piper Shikitka. And that one rolls past Noah Netterveld and out of play. Approaching 9.5 minutes to go in our third period. It gives us a chance to tell you that they're playing out here on this Tuesday in September on the turf. And since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic, sport-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. Many thanks to AstroTurf for its support of all the athletic events that take place over here in Virginia Beach at the training center and at the Sportsplex. A little hesitation move, and then Kellam loses the handle for a moment, but two defenders sticking with Brooke Rediger, and Magnano gets it back. Tell you what, Magnano very quick when she gains control of the ball. That one's going to get away from Rediger. Kempsville a little bit frustrated. You can understand this has been a tough test for them as they fell behind quickly in this matchup. Less than 7 minutes in, they were already down 2 goals. Thanks to Ellis Cannon getting on the board not once but twice in that span. Now Carly Porter thinking about doing some damage. Kellam had 5 players named All-State a season ago. And they had 3 of them graduate, and Abby Williams, a midfielder who was second-team All-State. Kendall Lewis, a defender who was a senior chosen first-team All-State. And El Ochave, a first-team All-State pick. And last year, Haley Budouin from Fairfax was the Class 6 State Player of the Year. Julie Spinelli from Colonial Forge selected as the Coach of the Year. We dig back a little more into the archives of what transpired in Class 6, 5, 4, and 3 with the local brackets. Fairfax beat Yorktown to win the Class 6 State Championship. Kellam fell to Colonial Forge 1-0 in the quarterfinals. The other team from the 757 Western Branch beat Patriot 6-0 in the quarters before falling to Yorktown 2-0 in the semis. In Class 5, Cox continued its dominance as they won another state championship under Taylor Roundtree, beating Nansemond River 2-0 in the final. Really was the breakout year for Nansemond River, although I still think they're quietly forgotten about and slept on to a degree. And in Class 4, the 2 local representatives were Great Bridge and Grafton. Grafton was doubled up by Atlee 2-1 in the quarterfinals. Great Bridge beat Powhatan in the quarters, Loudoun Valley in the semis 2-1, and then shut out Cortland 2-0 in the finals to win its 3rd straight state championship in Class 4. And now they're in Class 5 Region A, as that was Kempsville near the end line with number 7 and Brooke Rediger. And to give you some of those divisions as far as the region breakdown and how it is sorted this year for field hockey, it is interesting because you have in the playoffs this year, Region A in Class 5 has got a lot of good teams. You're going to have obviously Cox and First Colonial. That one is almost sliced in there as 14. Carly Edwards tried to get it in, and now we do have a goal on the board. Kempsville Chiefs getting on there as we watch them put one through with 6:11 to go in our 3rd quarter. There was a delayed reaction there after number 9 got that one through. Are they not going to count that goal? It looked like that was a clear goal for number 9 of the Chiefs. She got it on the hop. I think they're going to call this a stroke here, rather, for Cameron Butler. Thought that was a goal, but it did not appear to be signaled a goal.
Put no on the outside on the left, all right?
We'll try to get some clarification on what was signaled there. As there is an injured young lady that is down for Kellam. Checking on that number, it does look like number 11 in Cannon. Ellis Cannon, who is so very valuable to them, and that is not good to see. We'll see how she is, but while she's being checked on, we're going to take a quick time out and hear from one of our sponsors here, and that is Dairy Queen.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real? Oh yeah, it just got really real. DQ, happy tastes good.
welcome you back. They did indeed give that a goal to Kempsville, so it was just a delayed reaction because of the injury. And Ellis Cannon, fortunately, while we were in commercial break, was able to walk off under her own power, so that was good to see. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. I think they were checking on that leg, ankle, foot area. Let's hope she is all right. So with 6:11, I think it was, to go in our third quarter, Kempsville did get on the board with its first goal of the contest with Cameron Butler. Now the Chiefs trying to use that goal, get some momentum here. They had a couple of cracks at it. It was first looked like it was in possession in the left post area by Brooke Rediger, and then it came off a hop, and that's where Butler was able to get on the board for Amber Jones' Chiefs. Now Cole Morgan's Knights trying to counter here and increase the lead back up to 4, but more importantly, keep possession on this end of the field where Kempsville cannot draw any closer before this one is done. Kempsville trying to race out with Cameron Butler. You mentioned her a bit earlier having the 2-goal performance against Green Run, so she's got 3 on the season. Looking like she's going to have a chance for all beach accolades. Going to be picked by Magnano, who fakes left, goes right. Little cross-up move, and she's getting closer to the net. Magnano's showing off her skill work, and we'll see a penalty corner now coming up. That is the second of the quarter, if I'm not mistaken, for the Knights here. We've really done some damage on the breakaways. Carly Porter maybe going to put this one in. Let's see here. And that one's going to be a goal for the Knights as they add to their lead. I believe that was Magnano who got the goal. 5-1, 3:32, a penalty corner goal, making it Kellam 5, Kempsville 1. Might not have been Magnano. It could have been number 18. We'll double check that goal if that was Carly Porter or Magnano. It might have been, as I watched the replay, it looked like it might have been 18 Carly Porter. It could have been Magnano, though, number 7. Again, that glare and that angle makes it very difficult for us to tell it for you folks, but we'll work on getting the jersey number and the name that had that 5th goal for Kellam here for you in just a little bit. As that one's going to roll out of play. With under 3 minutes left here in our third quarter. 5-1 is our tally. Kempsville trying to dig a little closer as they'll go airborne for that, and on the move Butler had it and then it got away from her. So Kellam has had the responses when they've needed them here, keeping Kempsville from making this a tight one. Down the stretch, here's Magnano, and that one almost bounced in. So she didn't get the goal on the 5th one in her second of the day. She was inches away from getting one for sure there. The more I look at that, I think it was Carly Porter that had the goal. but I couldn't quite tell from my vantage point. That one, I think, bounced off the post. Magnano with another good look at it. 1:42 left in our third quarter. Kempsville able to intercept that with Aaron Sutton. And it heads out of play towards the fence. Knights couldn't advance closer there with Layla Zani on that sequence, but now they've got it back. 52 ticks, dump off with Carly Porter. And that one gets hit all the way down the field and will roll to the back fence. Give us a chance to tell you about another one of our sponsors here at the Plex, and that would be Zoop Eatery, where you can get customizable and individually packaged meals for your convenience. Build the perfect boxed lunch, and you can choose from any of the wide variety of soups, fresh salads, made to order sandwiches. They're all served with a hunk of bread and dessert for something for the whole crew when you stop in at Zoop Eatery. Double team comes on Kellam with number 14 in possession, Layla Zani. But we're going to see triple digits show up on the clock, and there it is, 5-1 Kellam. Through 3 quarters of play. And let's hear from Zoop Eatery.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
John's Tax Service is a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. They're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. We thank them along with CHKD Sports Medicine, One Life Fitness, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Dairy Queen, Zoop Eatery, CHKD Sports Medicine, AstroTurf, Gatorade. Stay hydrated with Gatorade. And, of course, our title sponsor for today's game, Vault Athletics and Fitness, along with so many others for making this possible. Matt Hatfield here with you as we get set for the fourth and final stanza. Kempsville in the blue with the white numerals. Kellam in the white jerseys with the black shorts and those gold numerals. The latest goal for Kellam coming at the 3:32 mark of the third period. It was Melina Magnano, number 7, getting the goal. Wasn't completely sure if it was her or number 18, Carly Porter, but Slim Jim Timmons was able to confirm that with our official scorekeeper, so we appreciate that. Carter Davis on camera, we thank him for his work today, giving you all the angles and the shots and the views from wherever you are tuning in, be it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, your mobile device, your best technological avenue to watch this. We are glad you are tuning in, near, far, wide, wherever you may be. A lot of fans and family members and parents, loved ones out here to support these young ladies as we have our last quarter of regulation underway. We say regulation because it can go beyond regulation if Kempsville was to stage a miraculous rally down 4 goals, and it has happened before. If I'm not mistaken, we did a game, and I forget if it was Kempsville, Tallwood, or Bayside. One of the, may have been Salem actually, last year, where someone was down 3 or 4 goals and came back to tie it, and I do believe win. But the odds are pretty slim. Maybe not as slim as the San Diego Padres rallying to beat the LA Dodgers last night, but still pretty slim. Pretty slim. So with 14 minutes and change to go, we're going to see a penalty corner coming up, and it'll be the first of this fourth quarter. Kellam had a couple in that third period. Got one to pay off with a goal, in fact, with Magnano. I think this is their 7th or 8th of the contest, and we watch Samantha Needhold trot out there to insert this one into play. See some of the photographers out here today, getting some good snaps today. Takes a hop and it's going to head out of play. In fact, I saw earlier one of the very best photographers in all of Virginia out here, Dan the Man Trevino. So I know a lot of the student athletes and fans out there love to follow Dan's work. He gets tremendous shots of field hockey, football, and so many sports, basketball too. As that one hits the Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professional sign, which means I have to give Shine Time a little love and shout out here because the ball just hit them and it said, "Read me, Mr. Hatfield, read me." You can revitalize your property today with Shine Time, the turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects with years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings. The focus at Shine Time is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space, plus ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash. On the field adjacent to this one there, you see the Lansdowne Eagles and Princess Anne Cavaliers squaring off. And that one's going to be intercepted there. Kempsville on the move with the blue jerseys. And that one's going to head out of play. We mentioned some of the schedules coming up. It is worth noting that the Beach District is doing some different things this year with a variety of sports. Varsity and JV field hockey, as well as varsity boys and girls basketball. So they're going to flip the start times in the wintertime for boys and girls basketball. In the past, it's always been the girls play before the boys. They'll actually switch it up for half of the season. One will go before the other. And we can tell you for varsity and JV field hockey, for today's example, for instance, the Kempsville-Kellam JV game is scheduled to take place after this one. Varsity going before the junior varsity. Generally, it's JV before varsity in a lot of sports. Winter, fall, spring sports, and the girls generally playing before the boys if it's a girl-boy doubleheader. But there has been some, and I think this will also apply in the spring. I'm not 100% positive. I have to check my notes and documentation, so I don't want people to say they heard this from me on the stream and I haven't clarified or totally confirmed this, but I think this will also apply to a sport like lacrosse, where you have boys and girls lacrosse. Some of those may be one part of the season the girls go before the boys, and the other part of the season they flip that. So something the Beach District is implementing for this 2023-2024 school year. Oh, nice maneuver there. Almost getting away from trouble was Kempsville's Cameron Butler, wearing number 9 today. Here's the Knights with Ellis Cannon. Got a hat trick already. Very smooth player she is. Really that dynamic duo of Cannon and Magnano, meaning oh so much to the Kellam Knights today. Hit from the side by Gracie Cooper-Skolnick. Now dished over to Layla Zani. Zani with the feed, getting away from the Kempsville double team. It is Elena Voces. Sophomore trying to get it into that shooter's circle area. But Kempsville able to dig out with Cameron Butler, who's taking matters into her own hands. Up until it goes to Zani, who gets it checked at. It might be Noah Netterveld. Kempsville getting a little ISO mode right now. Needing to get some players involved with one another here and set some playmakers up here for a shot. And that one's going to be sliced through for number 8, who jumps up and down for joy. Or is that a 6? That's a 6. Or is that an 8? I think it's a 6. We'll double check that. It's either Samantha Needhold or Caitlin Hayden. My 6s and 8s look very much alike. We'll work on that for you here in a second.
I'm trying because every single time there's usually someone there. Like I look up at the top of the circle.
Very excited she was for that goal, though, and you can see why.
Okay, you gotta yell top circle. Okay. I can do that, yeah.
You gotta, wherever you're gonna send it, you gotta say where it's from.
Okay.
That looks like a 6, I believe,
Alana, you're my left mid.
as I watch the replay. Yes, that was number 6 that had that goal for Kellam. So Samantha Needhold. And what was funny about that was number 8, Caitlin Hayden, was right near her. But we just checked that on replay, and that was Samantha Needhold with the goal for Kellam to make it 6-1. It's a nice thing sometimes when you watch a lot of the pro sports, they have that instant replay that comes right after a big play. Like, for example, last night with the Jets and the Bills when Garrett Wilson brought that touchdown, that amazing catch he had off the not-so-pleasant throw by Zach Wilson that helped the Jets tie up the Buffalo Bills before prevailing in overtime. And what was a tough one to swallow early for the Jets when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, but ended up being a tough one for Buffalo fans to swallow. With those Buffalo Bills type of colors, as we transition back to field hockey, Kempsville on the move now into the attacking third area, but unable to maintain possession as it's Carly Edwards continuing to battle, though. Look at her go right at, I believe, at Grace Cooper-Skolnick for the Knights along the sideline. And now Kellam will have possession here as we tick under 8:20 to go in regulation play. If you want to eat better and feel better, head on over to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, which is located on Princess Anne Road right across the street from Tidewater Community College. They're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering as well as box lunches. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. It's one of Jimmy's favorite places to go to get a snack and a meal. They have the China Banana Max Smoothie. They have the China Banana Boost, the Peanut Paradise, the Peanut Butter Cup Smoothie, and so many other neat items to try if you've never been there before. Here's Cameron Butler, who has her pocket picked. See some of the canines out here enjoying the sun and the weather in September as we're trying to get towards that fall weather and cool down from the summer heat that we've all experienced from the months of June, July, August, and now here in the early to middle part of September. And Butler is going to head to the sideline. I think she's limping now, or could have a cramp. Let's hope it's just nothing more than a cramp, as she ends up landing on the side of the turf. And I think Amber Jones calling out for a trainer or someone to check on her, but she is stretching along the sideline. Can't see that in your camera view, but I'm looking at it to my left. She is the one that scored the lone goal for the Chiefs thus far, and they do want to keep her at or close to full strength for upcoming matchups, as Kellam's got Green Run, Great Bridge, Ocean Lakes, and Princess Anne to close out the month, and meanwhile the Chiefs of Kempsville High have some tests themselves, as they're going to be taking on the likes of Salem of Virginia Beach in 2 days, Ocean Lakes, Princess Anne, Tallwood, and Bayside, before an October 3rd matchup with Lansdowne. As we mentioned, they still have 6 out-of-district games with Kecoughtan, Washington, Liberty, Grassfield, Deep Creek, Oscar Smith, and Menchville. That last one scheduled for October 23rd at Menchville, who appears to be a team to watch out for out of Region 5B that could certainly qualify for the state tournament, as they'll take 2 teams from each region to get your 8 for the state playoffs. And as promised to you all earlier, we'll give you those regional rundowns for the full list of teams for 5A and 6A. 6A has 11 schools, which actually they're both in 5A now. Kellam, I forgot, as I tell you this, did drop down to 5A this year. They previously were in 6A, but they're now in 5A as well, with First Colonial and Cox and Great Bridge, who moves up, Hickory, who moves up. It's a 14-team region. So forget about 6A for right now, because the only Beach District school in 6A at the moment competing is Lansdowne, with the likes of Cosby, Deep Run, Glen Allen, Highland Springs, Manchester, Meadowbrook, Thomasdale from Richmond, as well as Grassfield, Oscar Smith, and Western Branch from Chesapeake's Southeastern District to make up that 11-school region. 14 teams in Region 5A, most of which are Beach District schools. 10 of the 14 are Beach District schools, with Bayside, First Colonial, Kellam, Cox, Green Run, Kempsville, Ocean Lakes, Princess Anne, Salem, and Tallwood. And then you have 4 Southeastern District schools with Deep Creek, Great Bridge, Hickory, and Indian River. So there you have it. That is the full rundown. And there will be a quiz later. Hopefully people can pass that with flying colors, as the Chiefs now have it along the sideline, and that was Josie Scott. We saw the aggressiveness there of Gracie Cooper-Skolnick for Kellam, part of that 7-player junior class. A lot to chat with Nicole Morgan about, who we will hopefully be connecting with for our Field Hockey podcast to get her thoughts on this game, as well as the rest of the season, some of her standout players. Check on the injury, I think, to Ellis Cannon, who was shaken up earlier. 6-1 is our tally. Samantha Needhold with the goal, Cannon with 3, and 2 from Melina Magnano. As we're nearing 3 minutes to go in regulation play, the Knights on their way to get their first victory to move to 1-3 on the season, and we still see that hustle from Cameron Butler, who has not given up one bit. The names Josie Scott and Grace Homer. And that one did get nudged through, I believe, by number 11 for Kellam on the board with the goal. Ellis Cannon, that's number 4 for her, so looks like she's all right. Wondering about her health and effectiveness. think that's going to do it. 7-1 with 2:16 to play as both teams are heading to their respective benches, and it looks like this one is done now, and the Knights will get the W. So there you have it, Ellis Cannon with 4 of those goals, and we're going to be signing off. We thank you for tuning in to this edition of Beach District Field Hockey action from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, and this was a very strong performance for the Kellam Knights, who now are 1-3 on the season. Kempsville dropping to 1-1 overall. A very impressive job for them. I want to thank our entire team from Carter Davis on camera to Nick Senti, Chuck Thornton, as you see the young ladies go through the handshake line. Good sportsmanship being shown. To Jim Timmons, I am Matt Hatfield. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors making this possible at the Plex, from Shine Time Power Wash, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Dairy Queen, One Life Fitness, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, CHKD Sports Medicine, John's Tax Service, Zoop Eatery, AstroTurf, Gatorade, and our title sponsor, Vault Athletics and Fitness. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time here from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex and the Regional Training Center. Keep it tuned to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com for so much more.